Now walk it out. Summer style DJ. DJ Montana Trap. DJ O. We at it again, baby. Man, here we go. Now walk it out. Now walk it out. Now walk it out. Now walk it out. Now west side walk it out. South side walk it out. East side walk it out. North side walk it out.
Alright. I've been meaning to do this video for a while, but now I'm finally doing it because there's something last week that just blew my mind. It ticked me off. I am blown away. This video, called What the Fuck Capcom, is a video strictly for Capcom. Just all the stupid shit that they've done. Now what they did last week that really pushed me to make this video was they announced that Resident Evil Revelations for 3DS was going to be $50 instead of $40. Now, their reasoning behind this was, oh, it's an epic game. It uses a 4GB card instead of a 2. Really? Really? Wow, Capcom, are you serious? Are you fucking kidding me, man? Are you telling me, as a gamer, that it costs you an extra $10 a cartridge because you're using a 4GB instead of a 2? Are you serious? I bet it fucking doesn't. It's an epic game. It's okay. You know what? Games are supposed to be good. Otherwise, we don't want to buy them. So, you're saying all great games should cost extra money? Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? That shit pissed me off. It should piss all of you off as gamers. No one should buy this shit at launch. We should wait for Capcom to fucking drop the price on this to make it fucking reasonable, so then we can go ahead and pick it up and have some fucking dignity and pride as gamers to just say fuck you to a dumbass corporate decision. And you know what? It doesn't just stop there. There's like a whole rack of shit I have on Capcom. That's just the most recent. The next thing we have up is Monster Hunter 3G. No online play. Dark Cloud already made a video about this. He was absolutely furious. He was pissed. And I remember talking to Dark Cloud before that announcement, you know, talking about, you know, if Monster Hunter doesn't have online, you know, how you're going to feel. I was like, man, I'd be so pissed off. I would be furious. I didn't make a video about it when they made that announcement, but I was pissed. Dark Cloud might be more pissed than me, but I was fucking pissed off too, because it's retarded. Ever since Monster Hunter 3, which had online play, it's kind of become expected that the next Monster Hunter iteration would have online play, just because it worked so well. It was great. It was perfect for Monster Hunter. But no, ever since then, they've just been like, nope, screw online, screw online. And the 3DS was a perfect opportunity to have that feature. The 3DS has a pretty good online, well, not yet. Well, they're getting to a good online infrastructure. It's perfectly capable of playing Monster Hunter online, but Capcom was like, no, just local play only. You know what? That might be cool in Japan, that might work in Japan, but in other countries, that's just not going to fly. That's not going to fly here. How do you take online out of Monster Hunter, which begs for it? Monster Hunter just like needs it. It's like saying, oh, we're creating a Call of Duty game, but there's no online play. No, that makes no fucking sense. But you know what they did do? They added online and multiplayer to Resident Evil Revelations, which didn't even need it in the first place. No one was expecting it. No one really even cared for it. You know why? Because it's Resident Evil Revelations. It's back to the roots, back to survival horror, Resident Evil 1. You're kind of detracting from the survival horror experience if you got freaking co-op multiplayer. Are you serious? That's like so fucking retarded. And the thing is, Capcom, you want to hate them so bad, but they have all these good franchises, and you can't really stay away from them. They've got the Resident Evil, they got Monster Hunter, they got Mega Man, Devil May Cry, they've some other shit I'm not thinking of right. Street Fighter, obviously the Marvel vs. Capcom series, Okami. They've got a lot of good franchises, but they just keep doing stupid shit with them. So let's go ahead and move on to Street Fighter. Okay, now we know Capcom's been just overkilling Street Fighter ever since 2, but it just needs to fucking stop. From Street Fighter, 3 iterations of Street Fighter in one gen is ridiculous. It was ridiculous in Super Nintendo and Genesis days. It's ridiculous now. Fucking, honestly, Street Fighter 4 shouldn't have existed. Super Street Fighter 4 should have been the original Street Fighter 4 with all that shit. And then the arcade edition should have been the Super version. If that. It shouldn't have even been like that. It should have just been Street Fighter 4, and then those characters in the arcade edition should have just been DLC. That's all it should have been. That's all it should have been. But no. Capcom had to re-release Street Fighter. Fucking milking all these hardcore fighting fans for their money. And now they're doing it with Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I waited on that shit. And now they're coming out with Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It is bullshit how they can just get away with just, oh, here's a whole new game for just a couple of new characters and stages. That is bullshit. Alright, the next thing with Capcom is just fucking porting a game to anything they can. A perfect example is Resident Evil 4. Started on the GameCube, ported to PS2. You know what? That's understandable. PS2 was a more successful system, and it had more success there. And then they brought it over to the Wii, which it went on to be a million seller, so I guess it was successful in a way, and the motion controls worked well. And now it's on the iOS and 360 PS. It's been on pretty much anything it could have been on ever since it was created. It was on fucking everything. They put Resident Evil 4 on everything. If they announced that they were porting Resident Evil 4 to the Super Nintendo, I would not be surprised. Because they're trying to just put that shit out there any way possible. And another thing, fucking this whole HD remake thing, this whole bringing PS2 games to the current generation of HD visuals, Capcom, what the hell, man? These people, these third-party companies aren't even updating the graphics engine. All they're doing is just changing the screen resolution. They're just changing the resolution of how it looks. All they're doing is upscaling from 480i to 1080p. That's all they're doing. That's all Capcom's doing with Devil May Cry 3, or the Devil May Cry collections. They're just taking those games, upscaling them. Oh, here you go. Here you go. And they're going to charge you for what? Whatever price, 40, 60 bucks. Are you fucking serious? This is ridiculous. And the last thing I'm going to talk about right now with what the fuck Capcom is the cancellation of Mega Man for 3DS. Why? Why? There were so many people looking forward to that game. So many people. And you're going to cancel that game? There's a whole petition. I don't know how many people signed it. It was a lot of fucking people. There's a lot of pissed off Mega Man fans. It makes no sense to cancel a game that was going to be successful, that had a lot of hype, had a lot of fan power behind it, and you're just going to... It blows my mind. It blows my mind how Capcom just doesn't listen to the fans, doesn't care about what they want. They're just going to be like, oh, well, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and it'll sell. Capcom, what the fuck? What the fuck, Capcom? It's Pyro Talking. I'm done with this video.